The sirens howled through the night like wolves in the wild, but it was another sound that chilled Officer Ryan cold to the bone, a deep, strangled yelp echoing from the alley ahead. He slammed the brakes and jumped out, his heart pounding. The leash dangled loosely from his hand. Max was gone. Max wasn't just any dog. He was a 5-year-old German Shepherd, a decorated K-9 officer who had saved lives, sniffed out danger, and stood between chaos and order too many times to count. But tonight, everything changed. It began like any other shift in their small but gritty precinct on the outskirts of Detroit. A robbery gone wrong had turned into a pursuit. The suspect, armed and desperate, had vanished into a maze of backstreets. Officers lost him, except Max. Nose to the ground, tail stiff, he led Ryan deep into the dark city heart. They were close, too close. In a split second, Max took off like a bullet, turning sharply down an alley. Ryan shouted for him to wait, but Max didn't wait. He never waited when someone was in danger. That's when the scream came. By the time Ryan found him, Max lay still, his coat matted with blood, next to the groaning body of the suspect, disarmed and unconscious. Max had tackled him, stopping the threat, but at what cost? Ryan had almost declined the transfer to the K-9 unit. Still grieving the loss of his father, a fellow officer killed in the line of duty, he wasn't sure he could handle the bond, then the potential loss, of a four-legged partner. But from the moment Max padded into the training yard and looked at him with those deep, intelligent eyes, Ryan knew, they were meant to work together. Max wasn't just a partner, he became therapy, family, friend. They trained hard. Max's instincts were uncanny, his loyalty unshakable. And with every mission, their bond deepened. But Max wasn't invincible. The vet's office was a blur of antiseptics and heartbreak. Bullet wound, collapsed lung, internal bleeding. He's critical, drive, Sarah Kim told Ryan, her voice low but kind. We're doing everything we can. Ryan hadn't cried when his father died. He cried now. The department rallied. Officers donated blood for the transfusion Max needed. Kids from the local school sent cards. People who had once feared police lined up to ask about the dog that saved their neighborhood from a monster. But Max was fighting a battle only he could fight. Max's vitals dropped. His breathing slowed. Ryan sat by his side every hour. Whispered stories. Promised he'd be okay. He remembered the challenge they'd faced during training, how Max would freeze at the sound of gunshots. They had to work tirelessly through it. Max had faced his fear, just as Ryan faced his own, the fear of losing someone again. The same courage Max showed every day. Then, a miracle. Max blinked. He blinked again, weak but alive. The vet cried. Ryan sobbed. Even the crusty old chief hugged Ryan without a word. It took months of rehab. Max had to learn how to walk again, step by shaky step. But his spirit never faded. Max stood tall on the precinct steps, a gleaming medal around his neck. The mayor himself presented the honor, for bravery beyond the call of duty. The suspect had survived and was in prison, thanks to Max. And because of that, a mother could tuck in her kids without fear. A community could breathe again. And Ryan had found healing. Max was retired now, but he lived with Ryan, chasing tennis balls instead of criminals. They'd faced down fear, faced down death, and won. In a world where courage often goes unnoticed, Max proved that bravery isn't just human. Sometimes it comes on four legs, with a wagging tail, a sharp mind, and a heart that refuses to quit. Max didn't just survive, he inspired. If this story moved you, imagine the hundreds of unsung K-9 heroes out there right now. Hit subscribe to Pawsitive Tales for more real-life stories of love, loyalty, and the paws that protect us. Like, share, and honor our K-9 heroes, because their stories deserve to be heard. Paw Blue Heart #Pawsitive Tales #K9 Hero #Real Life Courage